thank you for joining me again for another tea session. Now today we're trying a little bit of a different video where I'm speaking instead of having subtitles, and I hope you enjoyed this video and you like this a little bit better. Today's video we are going to do a Hojicha latte. So this is going to be an iced Hojicha latte. So we're using this Hojicha powder that I bought when I was in Japan. I bought this from Tokyo, but the powder is from the Uji region in Kyoto. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to soak our chasen in hot water, and this is very important just to soften the bristles a little bit, and it also prevents breaking. So ultimately it will prolong the life of your chasen. So we need the same utensils as we would do in a matcha session. So we need our chasen soaked in hot water to soften the bristles. We need our bowl, so our wide bowl to mix the hojicha powder. So we obviously also need our chashu, and I also have our little frog friend. Let me actually turn it the other direction. Just accompany us in our tea session today. So first thing I'm going to, well actually second thing I'm going to do after soaking the chasen in hot water is I'm going to measure our hojicha powder. So I typically like to use 3 grams of hojicha powder per 80 grams of water. So let's measure 80 grams. Oh, I might have put it a little bit too far in, but perfect. We have 3 grams of hojicha powder. Let's put our stick back to our friend. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put this here. So now we can pour 80 grams of hot water into our bowl. This is quite a good ratio, good balance for my personal taste. So now we'll remove the scales. It's important to remove the scales from underneath the bowl before you whisk, because if you whisk on your scales, it can damage them and not make them as accurate. I mean, mine are not a very fancy pair of scales. I would really like to get the Akakia ones. That they're a bit expensive. I think last time I checked they're around 200 pounds or just shy of 200 pounds. But let's see, maybe it will be a nice gift for me for Christmas or in the future. So now that we have our water in, we're going to whisk. And same with matcha, we whisk in a zigzag motion. Now I like to have some foam on my matcha, so I'm going to whisk it for maybe like 15 seconds until I get a nice foam on the top. So with hojicha, you're not going to get as much foam as you typically get on a matcha. So let me show you. So here is our nice hojicha blend. Okay, so now next step is to add our milk to our cup. So I'm just gonna get my milk and we're back. So I like to use a non-dairy alternative. I really like the Plentish milks just because they don't have a lot of ingredients. It's literally just spring water, almonds, and then some sea salt. So other people prefer Oatly and Root Health and other brands, but I prefer Plantitious. So I'm going to just put this aside for a second. Then bring with my scales and measure. Now this cup is a little bit smaller than what I would usually use, but it was the only transparent cup of a suitable size that I have at hand, just because it will be easier for you to kind of see the effect of the drink. So I'm just going to pour maybe like 3/4 or of the way. So that's around 130 milliliters of water. Sorry, 130 milliliters of milk. And now you can also, before pouring the milk, you can also add some ice if you prefer, but I like mine cold, but then not super cold. Okay, so now let's remove the scales. And now I'm going to pour our hojicha. Ooh. Trying to get every last drop of hojicha. Oh. Okay. Perfect. And that's how you make iced Hojicha Latte. Now, again, you can modify this to suit your preference. So if you would like ice, you would add this before you pour the milk. And also, if you would like to add some sweetener to your Hojicha Latte, you would typically do it again before you pour the milk. So you put the ice, then you put the sweetener, so the sweetener would fall at the bottom. And then you pour your milk, and then finally you put your hojicha on top. And there you go. This is our nice hojicha latte. It's very refreshing to have in the summer. Now let's have a sip. Very, very nice. You can really taste the really rich hojicha flavor. And also it's a nice drink that you can enjoy in the afternoon when matcha might be a little bit too strong for you. Like personally, I have a very low caffeine tolerance. I tend to be a bit sensitive, so I would drink matcha maybe up until 11:30 max in the morning, and then if I would like a cup of some nice latte in the afternoon, I would typically have a Hojicha latte. So I hope you enjoyed your video today, and I hope you also join me as well soon in my next tea session. Thank you, and have a wonderful day wherever you are, and keep enjoying and drinking nice tea.